Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome back. Welcome into my channel. I'm Hila Pilpil, and in today's video we're going to do a book review. Can you guess the fourth book of Harry Potter? I just love it. So I promise that at the end of this book series, I will tell you like the ranking of all the books. I'm not gonna tell you now, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. None of these books are bad. Like all of them are so good. I have to say that I just have to say the last one and this one are very, very, very neck to neck. So I don't know. I'm thinking of it right now on what to put it, but you'll see. So you have to wait and see what's about that about what. I'm just saying this in Azkaban one. Pretty much equal. I'm going to go episode by episode and just describe what happened, and I will explain why I don't like it or like it. But really, really briefly, I should give you one sentence. Like I will describe the episode and then give you one sentence of my opinion, because if not, it will take long, and then I will give you more sentences as I go by. That would be a mission for me. I should say like for the first one, it's one like a sentence, like one sentence, which is like just it has to end, and when I end it, I can add more. So it's 23rd episode. So in 23rd place is the first chapter, The Riddle House, in which we learn of the mysterious murders. No, wait, let me read it again. In which we learn of the mysterious murders in the Riddle House 50 years ago, how Frank Bryce was accused but released for lack of evidence, and how the Riddle House fell into despair. In the present, Frank interrupts a sinister meeting and he's killed when he overhears Voldemort plans. So, a lot of planning, a lot of background, and not a lot of story. It's very interesting, but it's like just a background story, so it's not up there. Let's move on. So in 36th place is the second episode, which is The Scar. And let me tell you what happened in The Scar, in which Harry awakens from a bad dream as his car burning. We recap Harry's previous adventure, and he writes a letter to his godfather, which is the best part of this episode. It was him writing letters to his godfather, but the rest of it is just background, and like he just witnessed what we read in the first episode. So that's basically it for this episode. There's not much to it. Next, in 35 place is the third chapter, which is The Invitation, in which Dudley and the rest of the Dursleys are on a diet. And the Dursleys get a letter from Mrs. Weasley inviting Harry to stay with her family and attend the World Quidditch Cup final. So that's everything that happens in this episode. Nothing too spicy happens. It's just like what happened is what happened. It's fun to read. It's better than the others too, but it's just it's a good episode, but it's not. Yeah. In 34th place is Back to the Burrow, chapter 4. Yeah, we're going like that. In which Harry awaits the arrival of Weasley, who come by Floo powder and gets trapped in the blocked fireplace, blasted open, and Fred and George after Harry's trunk. Then flew back to the Burrow. Just as Harry is about to leave, Dudley eats a magical toffee dropped by Fred and draws a huge purple tongue. Harry flew away lose a way to leave Mr. Weasley to sort it out as Uncle Vernon starts throwing ornaments. So I'm reading it off the screen, so it's gonna be easier, you know. I need a script. I love the playfulness of this episode. It's something more is happening. It is a very playful, funny episode. I love these lighthearted moments in these books, especially when you know what's to come. Cause I'm rereading it. It's not like I'm reading it for the first time. I know what's gonna happen in the end. So those lighthearted moments are very much appreciated. You need them so you can because the impact of the ending is much stronger when the light. It's kind of lighthearted throughout of it. I stand by. It's very lighthearted, like as much as you can. I mean, there are dark episodes. It does feel darker than previous books, but those episodes what makes it a little bit lighter still, like in comparison to the rest of the series to come. Like even the next book just doesn't give off lighthearted vibes in any part of it. Like it just not like the funny moments, but like it's not lighthearted, which is I will say this is up until like the last 10 to 15 chapters. Anyway, so it's a funny episode, but of course it's better. So let's see what's next. Was it 35 to 34, and in 33 place is chapter 6, which is the portkey. In which the apparition is discussed. Fred and George are cut with toffees, and everyone sets off via portkey for the World Cup site. So that's everything that happens in this episode. It's nice to get to know about the portkey and about operating. We get information about the what is always something cool. But there's nothing else to this episode besides that. It's a fun episode. We're still at the borough, so you have a little bit of this cozy feeling because when we're in that house, it's cozy, it's nice, and that's it. Like, so let's move on. Next is next is 32, which is chapter 7. Bagman, yeah. Okay, do you say Bagman? I say Bagman and Krause, in which they arrive at the campsite, erect the tent to the camp, meet Ludo Bagman, and excitement rises as the game time draw near. So yeah, good episode. It's fun. It's exciting. Like you get to see all of this, like the rest of this world besides just Hogwarts and stuff. You get to see other schools. We get to know about it. We didn't know the schools. With Harry, we discover about that, and it's just so fascinating. So fascinating. Like I need to talk about the characters when separate, because I'm having some thought about the character right now. Let me say something. Harry Potter, like the main character, I love that he is not a nerd. Besides, like even though he has that looks, he has like glasses. He's like thin. He's like, you would think he's like a dork, or he would be a nerd, which is not him. It's Hermione, which is pretty. She's not. She doesn't look dorky or something, but Harry does look like, you know. It does look dorky. Like he does have the look with the glasses and stuff, you know. But he is like super into sports. He's super he's a hero. He doesn't even care that much about studies. I love that about it. I do like that. Anyway, yeah. So in chapter 7, that is very exciting. We get to know all the world. Just like this episode, this seriously so much better episode. So let's just move on. I explained it pretty well. And in 31 place is chapter 11, which is, let me get to it because it's a little bit in my screen. Okay, no, that's not. chapter. Wait. Okay. Abroad, the Hogwarts Express, in which Mad Eye Moody jinxes the dustbin, Mrs. Weasley hustles of the sorts out the mess to sort out the mess. Mr. Weasley hustles off to sort of the mess that happened in previous episodes. Mrs. Weasley takes the children to the train station via Muggle taxis, and Harry, Ron, and Hermione meet old friends and enemies at the train. So yeah, then we go back to Hogwarts. A lot of like things happen. It's like after, it's yeah. It's not episode 10. It's 11. It's after the episode when we like. It's the aftermath. It's after the aftermath, and it's a fun episode. But again, like I can't recall anything too amazing about it. So it's fun. We get to know, like, to see Hogwarts again. I think we see I don't know if it's in this or the next one. We get to see the sorting. I don't think it's in this one, but maybe it is, because we haven't seen the sorting hat in previous two books, two books yet, and even in the movie, because we were punished or we like was taken aside, like we couldn't see it. So it's nice to see in the books, because I think in the movie they don't really show it. Anyway, yeah, that's my 11th place. I have nothing to add to that. I want to make it short. So I know I'm not looking at the camera a lot. Forgive me, it's how I'm doing it. In 30th place is chapter 10, which is a mess. I don't know. Mayhem at the Ministry, in which they portkey back to the Burrow. Harry tells Ron and Hermione about his dreams. Mr. Weasley returns home to report problem with Rita Skeeter articles in the Daily Prophet, and Harry, Ron, and Hermione prepare to return to Hogwarts. So yeah, this is the aftermath of the chapter 9, we'll talk about later. It's a good episode. It's after all the chaos. It's very interesting. A lot it's like all the consequences of the previous episodes is in this, so it is interesting to read about it. We see first signs of Percy being a real jerk. Like this is where we start. I mean, it starts earlier, but like in earlier books, it's just like a little bit annoying. In this, he is becoming severely enemy vibes. Like, and he gives off not good vibes in this book. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah. So and not all happens besides that, but like it is a lot of a mess. It's chaotic. It's the aftermath, and we get to know Rita Skeeter, which is a new character. And I mean, there's a few new characters in this book and in the previous one. I feel like in the first and second book, they're kind of like the same characters, and then we get to know more characters. I mean, I guess in the second one there is, I mean, there's always the character, I guess, the dark artist, that teacher, that always gonna be new. So that's that. But like, there's more characters in this book than previous one, because there's the Death Eater, there's Rita Skeeters, and stuff like that. But like, so we get to know Rita Skeeter, which is she's the reporter and stuff. We get to know. We're gonna talk about her more because she's going to reappear. But that's basically it. Let's move on. In 29th place is Mad Eye Moody. Let's wait. What is it? Chapter 13. In which the 4E students gather Buberton Bubotuberpus in herbology, some kind of plant that I can't pronounce, study blastended scroots. I can't pronounce that either. I can pronounce it in my language, so excuse me, because I haven't read this term I've read only like the first one, and even then I wouldn't know all these like specific names. Anyway, as creatures that is terrible that Hagrid made, study astrology and divination, and Malfoy delights in pointing out that Mr. Weasley is in the new in the paper again. In the argument that followed, Malfoy attacks Harry, but Moody turns Malfoy into a ferret, bouncing him around the hall until Mr. McGonagall stops him. That is like such a funny episode. Like it's so good. Like Madame Moody, even though like I hate him, like the person who, you know, at the end, Madame Moody, you know, Madame Moody, it's going to be bad. I will talk about it when we come to it. But like spoiler alert, we're going episode by episode. But like it's really funny. I love him, even though he's like as a teacher. Like I don't know, he was a good teacher. It's crazy that he is like this crazy, but he was a good teacher. Like I don't know, like it's kind of crazy that he was like just like made it to seem like it not. Anyway, yes, it's a funny episode. We get to know I'm Moody more because no, like the introduction of him is in an earlier episode, but you don't know much about it. This is like where you like get to know him, live by him, by his side, or like see him daily basis. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, after in 28th place is chapter 5. Oh wow, that is up there. Chapter 5 is a good chapter, I guess. Let's go to it. I just need the reminder. This is why I did it in this way, so I can have like the description of what happened in each episode in common, even though I just read it, but like I think I remember like what exactly happened in each of them. I kind of need a guide. Okay. In which the Weasley return, like it's called Weasley, Wizarding Wizards. I should call out the name of the chapter, but it's chapter 5, in which the Weasley return home. Fred and George are reprimanded by Mr. and Mrs. Weasley for giving Dudley the toffee. We learn more about the Weasley clan, and they have dinner in the garden. So this is the episode after like Harry is in his like in the Dursleys, and they come to come to get them. And something that I really love, it's just a funny episode, so funny. And it's the aftermath of that. I just loved in the previous one that like Mrs. Weasley like calls them out for being like not saying goodbye to them. Like they don't give a shit about him. We know that. But the Weasleys are truly his family, and it's confirmed in this book. He's like I've seen it somewhere. He's like an honorary Weasley, definitely. He just doesn't have the hair, but like he's an honorary, an honorary Weasley indeed. So this is it. A really fun episode. We are in the Burrow in this episode, so every episode we're in the Burrow. It's very cozy, it's nice, we are at home. It's just a good episode to be in there. It's just so fun to be in their house. And after that, 27th. Oh, in 27 is chapter 15, which is Book's Baton and Drumstrings. Okay, in which Harry sends an owl to Sirius telling him everything is fine. In DADA, which is Defense Against the Dark Arts, Moody puts the Imperious curse on everyone and only Harry can resist it. School works pile up. Hogwarts dresses up for visitors. Hermione continues her elf right campaign, and a message via Hedwig announces the series is back in the country. And Bilks, Baton, and Durmstrang students arrive by flying carriage and submerged ship, respectively. Okay, so in this episode we get Sirius, and I love Sirius and Harry relationship. This is after a few chapters after he gets chosen and he's about to go to the first task. Yeah, no wait, he hasn't been chosen. No, he hasn't been chosen yet. No, in this episode they just come. The other schools come and we get the introduction to them. But we get a conversation with Sirius in this book a lot. Actually, he gets a lot of advice to Harry, and a lot of like he says to him a lot of things. Yeah, and the Imperius thing is very impressive, but it's like this is showing like I would have been not safe. Is not like someone to be like it's not him. But yeah, so yes, this is helping him a lot. But in this he still hasn't been chosen to the thing, so they just he just talked to him about the scar. He had the scar burned, so he sent him an hour in the beginning of the thing, and just now in this chapter he has an answer, and like the answer is like I'm coming back, I'm coming to like be by in the country by your side, and Harry like panics and stuff, but like she's coming anyway. Like that is the episode. Good episode. Let's move on. I need to move it along. 22 minutes in, but like in 26th place is the Wizard. It's chapter 12. Let me read it in the Wizard Tournament. The thing. Yeah. The Tri-Wizard Tournament, which is actually for 4 people actually, in this case, in which the students arrive at Hogwarts in a gale. It's like a carriage, but like carriage. I'm not saying it right. Are sucked by P's water balloon. The first is a sorter, and Hermione. Okay, and Hermione discovers that that there are house elves at Hogwarts. Moody is the new DADA. I'm gonna read it out. Teacher. Dumbledore. It's defense against the dark. That's what that means. So I will say it like that for like the rest of it. Dumbledore announces the Tri-Wizard Tournament. Whatever. And Fred and George decide to enter despite being underage. Yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna add it. I think I should have put it below the like last one, but it doesn't really matter. They're kind of equal either way. But yeah, that's everything we get to know about the Twizzlers. It's kind of exciting. The sorting hat thing happened in this episode and not in the last one. It makes sense. It's a good one. Good episode. I like it. I love the sorting situation. That's why I think I put it in here. But let's move on. In 25th place is chapter 18. We're gonna go there. Chapter 18. Okay. In which Hermione tries to help Harry, persuading him to write to Sirius. The other houses are no longer friendly to Harry. Like they never are. They're shitty in Hogwarts. Like they always turn their back on him when they get the chance. I don't know when Harry was not hated in these books. Let me finish it. But he finds an ally in Hagrid. Hagrid is always the best. Always been, always will. And yeah, and Ron sucks in this book, in this part. Yeah. As the situation in school grows worse, Malfoy turns Harry into throwing a curse. Malfoy responds, the curse clashes and hits Gold and Hermione. Harry is called out of potion for the wearing of wands and meets with the Skeeter. We meet her again. Yeah, I told you we were gonna talk about her again. Who is covering the ceremony. Later in the day, an hour arrives from Sirius asking Harry to meet him. Great. Yeah. So this is where I talk about Sirius coming and like after he was chosen. So this is what I was talking about. This is the chapter 18, the waiting of the wands. We're gonna get to the part later. It's this. Okay, so let's talk about the fact that everybody hates him again because he was just chosen. This is after episode after that. He was like two episodes after that. He was just chosen as a champion for the Goblet of Fire. He did not choose it, and Ron turns his back on him like a fucking like immature asshole. No, you can say it wasn't immature. Like it's not like Harry ever chose any of that. And Ron, know that he's bitter and it's ugly. It doesn't look good. Being jealous is not a good look on you, Ron. But it's fine. It's fine. It makes sense that they will fight. It's gonna happen. It's only natural. I mean, they're not like. They will fight. Like Harry and Ron, up until this moment, did not fight. They were not fight between them. Him and like Harry and Hermione fought a lot, which they don't show in the movie. But he doesn't fight with Ron a lot at all. Actually, up until this book, they got along all the time. They never fought. Not even in the last one. Harry like always stood by Ron. Ron is his best friend, more than Hermione. Like he clearly is connected to Ron a little bit more than to Hermione. In the movies, you don't see that. Like you see like him with Hermione like a little bit more connected, but you can tell that he likes Ron a lot. He's really his best friend. Anyway, but these students, they always turn their back on him. Like when do they not hate him? Like let's go back. First episode, Facebook. Like I think he's like the only one he maybe not hated, but I think no, he is hated because at one point he takes a lot of like points out of the house and like everybody hates him. I mean like everybody hates him in every book. I mean the reason for in the first one is kinda fine, but it's not really their fault. It's Hagrid's fault, so it's like whatever. And in the second book, it's because he speaks the snake language and everybody like hates him again. And in the third one, there's a thing again. I don't know what it was in the third one, but again, everybody hates him in the third one. Maybe, was it after he lost the first? Yeah, like no, maybe it wasn't. He was just Slytherin in the third one, just a Slytherin season, which is very usual. And okay, so but in this one again, in the fifth one again, and I always hated always. Yeah, and then the whole series thing where like he gets messages with him, and like he gets and by the end of it. Like sister, let's meet. Not let's meet. Like let see me in this night and he like talks to in the fire afterwards. But like he sent him to he tell him to meet him. Also, with the Skeeters returned in this episode, and she's nothing nice. She's like I think she's like metaphorical for like real like how is it? Reporters, she's like them, like really very invasive, really like she invents stuff and yeah. In 24th place is the 4th champion, in which the Twitter judges tried to decide how Harry was selected, argue and finally accept the fact. Few believe that Harry did not enter his own name. Ron is not one of the few. crazy, 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 crazy. So in this is the episode after he was chosen. The one last one, it was like after it was like after the math, it's like a little bit after, like it's not immediately after. This is like, oh, it just happened, this is where we are. So in this episode, like, he just was chosen and everybody hates him again. Ron turns back, is back on him. A lot happened in this episode. This is the thing, this is what it's about, the last one, like everything, like, it's like, this is like the after one, the blow up. This is where we get to see that happen. And yep, so good, so much drama. Ron turning his back on him. It's like a teenager angst in this part of the book. Like, it's a lot, and I mean all of it. It's not really teenager angst at the end of it, but it's like, it is teenager angst in this part where he's like, people turn their back on him and Ron is like against him, and like he's alone. It's very like, and he was very depressed in this part of the book. He was really not feeling it. Like, and honestly, in the end of it, he also was not feeling. This was not a good year for him. But I mean, from now on, it's gonna be kind of like that for the rest of it. Kinda, yeah, because he started losing people in every book since this book, so it's like never gonna end, like, you know, out the rest of them, and then always on a heavy note. And then we Ron turned his back on him, and like, at the beginning, like, although they just like to argue if Harry did it, and they come to the conclusion that it's impossible. Why would he do that? And it's Moody, yeah. I said it's spoilers. Okay, after 17, this is gonna be so long. I tried to make it short, but I can't. Like, I have to say things. That's why I dreaded this, because I knew it would take me forever to finish it. In 23rd place is the unpredictable. It's chapter 22. Let's go. The unexpected task, in which the U-boat is announced and Harry learns that he is expected to have a dance partner. Harry tries to get up the nerve to ask Cho to the dance, but when he finally does, it finds that she already has a date with Cedric. So Harry arranges to go with Parvati Patil instead. Yeah, okay, really good. Again, a lot of drama, a lot of teenage angst. It's a lot of romance in this book. I feel like there was a glimpse of it in the third book with Harry and Cho on the Quidditch thing, because they competed. They don't show it in the movies, but that's when they get to know each other, and he has a crush on her. Like, in this book, this is the first time he like sees her, which is different. But yeah, so it's all the romance, it's all the drama. That's it. So it's interesting, you know, but it's just too many episodes to count that are better. In 22 place is chapter 21. Yeah. This is a funny episode. I love seeing Dobby again, so we see Dobby in this episode. So 21 place, the House Elf Liberation Front, in which a surprise party is held for Harry. He opens the egg, and Hermione discovers how to get into the kitchen. In care of magical creature, the Blast and Scroots revolt. Now I can say it. The Blast and the Scroots rebel against hibernation. Rita arranges an interview with Hagrid, and Harry, Ron, and Hermione go to the kitchen where they find Dobby and Winky. Really fun episode. There's a lot of happiness in this episode. There's video skills in this as well. And they meet Dobby at the end. I think Ron and him No, that is in the previous episode. Forget. Like they are in this episode. By this episode, they are Ron and Harry are fine again. We friends again. Thank you. I don't like it when Ron and Harry fights because they're like really close friends. You can tell like Harry's like his brother. Like they're so close. Like it's not just his best friend. He's his brother. Like he's close to Harry even more than like his brother. Like he cares for them just as much for like Harry. I know that for a fact. Um, but it's a fun episode. I love seeing Dobby again. Dobby is so funny, so cute, so endearing. Like I know in the movie they take him out, but I like him. Like I like that Neville gave him the advice because I like Neville giving Neville a little bit more like things to do and like see how he progress. He's progressing and becoming better and better. But I will still have to see those things that aren't shown. It's funny. They're like like the funny episodes. It's nice to see the creature again, and it is so cute. You know, the interaction is so adorable with Harry. I love it. At the end, like it's whatever, but like, I love that they meet him again, and it's so cute with him. Okay, in 21st place is chapter 19, which is before the first task, in which, yeah, Rita Skeeters again. Rita Skeeters, I mean, yeah, she's all over this. She reappears a lot. Chapter 19, The Hungarian Horntail, in which an article by Rita Skeeter fuels the towns of students against Harry and Hermione. Hermione tries and fails to reunite Harry and Ron. They're still fighting in this part of the book. Harry hides under his invisibility cloak to accompany Hermione to Hogsmeade, but Moody sees him anyway. Harry asks to meet Harry at midnight. Hagrid asked to meet Harry at midnight when they reveal the dragons of the first act back in the Common Room series issued some morning through the fire. So a lot of information in this episode. A lot happened. You get to see the first act and be with Hagrid, and then he goes to series and we get some interesting information about Death Eater. We get to the Karakov. In the Death Eater, that's the first sign of that. And there's just so much information. The conversation with Sid is so fascinating, so fun. Like one appears in this last one, he's like Hermione like Harry denying him anything because usually when there's like things like that happen, Ron is like part of it. Like Hermione and Ron are part of it. They know about it, but Harry, it shows that Harry doesn't trust him right now, which is a sign that like really something like went bad. But still, like I was saying, this fight was really like kind of big, yeah, and it really hurt Harry and Ron as well. In 20 in 20 place is the Yule Ball. Let me get to it. Is 20 chapter 23. So many things happen in this episode. Actually, it's hard to compare at this point. Chapter 23, The Yule Ball, in which an owl arrives from Sirius. I love Sirius. Dobby startles Harry on Christmas morning. Presents are open. The boys have a snowball fight and prepare for the Yule Ball. Emotions run high as Ron is angry with Hermione for consorting with Crown, and Harry and Ron overhear secrets of Hagrid and Snape and Hagrid. Yeah, because we get to see the part with Karakov and Snape, where like Karakov shows him the dark sign, and like we don't see Snape yet with the dark sign, but like it's like implied and like it's like a foreshadow. We know it by the end of the book that he was a Death Eater, but like we didn't know at that moment what that meant or anything. Yeah, we get to talk with Sirius again. I love talking with Sirius. I mean, no, it's not it's an owl. This is different. I think it's like saying like to Harry to stop worrying about that. I don't know if it's that part. In this part, Ron and Hermione and Ron and Harry are fine, but Ron and Hermione fight in this one, although it's not as big of a deal, but they do fight. They do fight in this one. Yeah. Yeah, and we see the Hagrid is a half giant and the whole Karakoff and Snape thing. So that's 23rd. Yeah, a lot of drama. It's very interesting. A lot of information. We get to know about Hagrid a little bit, which is fun. In 19th place is a 24th book. Read a Skitter Scoop, chapter 24, in which past arguments are forgotten, which is the Hermione and Ron fight in the last one. In this, they're fine. They didn't really fight that bad. And Harry is replaced by CMC teacher. Then, when Reader Skills writes a defamatory article about him, Harry, Ron, and Hermione try but fail to visit him. Harry, Ron, and Hermione encounter Bergman in Hogsmeade, where Harry rejects his offer to help with the tournament. I love Harry's toilet so much. Rita arrives is verbally assaulted by Harry. I think Hogsmeade. Rita arrives in where like they were in the restaurant with the butterbeer. Yeah, so Rita arrives in this place and verbally is assaulted by Harry and Hermione because of the thing that she writes is just terrible, the lies, and we hate Rita Skeeter. She's like one of the like, you know, she's one of the one that like she's not really evil or done anything like, but she's like the fucking but the next one is really twisted. It's not like she hadn't done anything. She has done things. She just did murder. Like that's the only thing that sets her apart from her and Death Eater. Like really like one step. But she's crazy. We're gonna talk about it when we get to it. But I don't want to talk a lot about her and waste my energy on her yet, because Legend is on the next one. It's very long, so I can't elongate this anymore. Like I'm gonna start and try and make it short. So that's it. Yeah, that is a lot happening. It's very fascinating. Drama. The Hagrid thing happened, I think, by the end of it or in the next one. They talk to him. It's very cute. The moment that where they like tell him like to stop like paying attention, be more confident, and like Dumbledore and like Harry talks him up. It's so cute. Like because Hagrid deserves it. We love Hagrid. In 18th place is The Egg and the Eye, in which Harry works on solving the secret of the egg and in the perfect bathroom. Is helped by Morning Myrtle, sees crash on the murder maps, gets sucked in the stairs, barely escapes being caught by Snape, and Moody borrows the map. Yeah, the murderer's map that his father had made. Yeah, a lot happened. This book is like a mystery thriller, like because you try to figure out who did the dark mark in the beginning, and like who put his name in the goblet. It's really good, and so like in this part, it's like so mysterious. Like what is happening? Like it's so fascinating. It's like, and it's such a foreshadow. This episode is a big foreshadow. It's actually insane. like seeing Crouch's name and you're like, why is Mr. Crouch? And you're thinking the character like it's it's Crouch, a character we know, but no, it's a twist. It's such a good twist. There's like a few moments you're shocking. Is this like when Voldemort comes back, and then there's that like when you know that Mad-Eye Moody wasn't Mad-Eye Moody, and like everything that comes with it. Snape is Death Eater, Lucius is Death Eater. There's so many shocking moments in this book. It's actually insane, like insane. In which place we are? I want to like advance already. 25th. Okay, my God. We're in 18, so I'm stopping right now.